Hey y'all, how y'all doing? I just thought I'd get on here because I was doing some personal work and I realized that maybe some people don't know some things that can help them grow. And I'm all about, if I can, from my own personal experiences, helping people grow because it's a good thing. You know, because many people maybe you don't know, but you know, I went from being pretty successful in life to becoming homeless to getting involved in a life of crime, and of course my addiction of drugs fueled that, and I had a tough time trying to get back into life because I didn't felt like I deserved it, and for some of the things I did, I would never get forgiveness or anything like that. So, you know, the year 2025 is coming to an end pretty quick, and that's why I'm in this mode. I was, you know, reflecting, and you know, 2026 is the start of a new journey for us. You know, like we have many journeys, and 2026 is the start of a new one for some of us, because a lot of people out there follow a calendar, a 12-month calendar. Well, that thing's kind of out of sync. Indigenous people actually follow the moons, right? And the new moon was winter solstice, which I think was December 21st. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's the day it was. Because I'm stuck in between, right? Because I was raised white, and I had my spirit lit later on in life due to my mom being in the orphanage, which I found out later was a residential school. But that's neither here nor there, because she's gone to the spirit world and she fully accepts who she was then, because I was raised that Indians were not good people, and we are the best. We are the best. We have great teachings, and if we follow them, we can have a great life. And that man behind me right there, that was my, he's gone to the spirit world as well. He took me under his wing back in 2012, and he helped me discover who I truly was, which was one of the reasons I did drugs and alcohol. Was there was always something missing in me. I felt it, and I didn't belong, and I wasn't accepted, and I wasn't loved. You know what I mean? And some of you will know what I mean. But I know today that each day I wake up that the Creator gives me, that He right there telling me I'm loved, I'm accepted, and I belong. And that's important, because it's things that almost every human being seeks throughout their life. So I just wanted to say, you know, many of us, you know, we and I'm one of these people that did tell ourselves that we're undeserving, that we're bad people. And you know, if you're in that world of homelessness, which is hopelessness and addiction, and you know, it comes to a point where each morning when you wake up, you I know I did this from personal experience. I would wake up and say a prayer and make a wish that day that I woke up would be the day that I died, and I could end a miserable, no good for nothing life that I was living. You know, that the chaos and the carnage would stop, that the violence would stop, that that thought of me being useless and no good and not belonging in society. You know, that's how we think, and many people may think that's bullshit. Well, it's not. Addictive minds really do think some strange things, because we become very intelligent people and we start picking at our brain and trying to figure it out, and we can't, because we're getting too fucked up on the dope, man, and it fucks up our decision making. And part of that is our spirituality and our mentality, right? If we don't keep those two things fit, we're fucked, okay? Because if we think we're mentally insane and we're not spiritually fit, we're fucked. I'm telling you, okay? We're fucked. And I'm not saying religious, I'm saying spiritually, okay? Spiritually. Spirituality is love. Just like religion is supposed to be, but I have a tough time seeing that in today's world, okay? But anyway, I'm not knocking anybody's religion, because if it was working for you, right on. But anyway, I was religious once. Now I'm more spiritual than anything. So, you know, we tend to find reasons to not want to be on earth, and that's usually within ourselves. So what we do is we remember all the bad things in order to prompt up that I'm no good. So I just want to say to people, because as I was reflecting here today, I learned from that man that there's two things that we always got to do together. It's like when I say there's two words I always say together. The two words I always say together is I both want and need my recovery. The other two things that you have to do together is when you reflect on yourself about who you are, you're going to reflect and you're going to think of all the bad things you've done, which tells you you're a shitty person, okay, that you're no good. Well, that's bullshit. Because when you reflect and you see those things, always, for every two negative things you find, or every one negative thing you find, or every two negative, whatever way you want to make it, okay? It's up to you. I think I went for every one negative thing I found, I had to find two positive things. So when you reflect on on what went on this year, don't only remember the shitty things, man. Find the good things too, because we all have good in us. We've all done good. Even if it's just holding the door open for a little old lady. That's a good thing, you know? Saying hi to somebody. You walked down the street and smiled and said, "Hi, how you doing?" My new glasses make me look funny. What do you think, eh? Hi, I'm Don. Anyway, we've all done good things in life. So the big thing is we don't forgive ourselves for the bad, and we don't give ourselves credit for the good. And I know for me, there's some things that I never thought I could ever have forgiveness for, from either somebody else or even for myself. Okay, because I've done some pretty shitty things in life, and I found a way out. I didn't find it; I was taught it. My mentor, he told me, because when I was doing sweat lodges, he always felt the energy in me, especially when it came to the women's round, of how I felt about myself and how I wasn't being honest about finding forgiveness or allowing myself to have forgiveness. But forgiveness will not always happen, okay? You cannot force somebody that you've done harm to or did something to forgive you. You just can't force them. You can do your best to try and get them to give you forgiveness, but they may not forgive you. But you know what? If they decide after you've done your best, then that's their burden now, okay? Because your part's done. And you can now give yourself self-forgiveness because you honestly, truly believed that you were in the wrong and you wanted to say sorry, okay? And people hear that all the time, especially from addicts. So what you got to do is, I've got a lot of things in my life that I haven't been forgiven for, but I've now forgiven myself because I've accepted them. I've accepted those wrongdoings, and I accepted that I did them. And I also, at the same time, wrote myself a personal contract saying, I know what I did and the actions that I took at that time were wrong. Right? Wrong. So I forgave myself because I believe that I will never do that again. I don't want to harm people anymore. I don't want to rob people anymore. I don't want to have to make women do what I used to make them do anymore, you know? And I feel good about that. I feel good about me. And that's how we gain, you know? We gain that. We find the love that we need, okay? We find the love that we need to treat ourselves with respect, the honor, and the dignity that we truly deserve, even though we think we don't. We do. But we got to change, right? We can't be that person. We have to change and change everything. And when I say that, I mean, it's easy because if you change in here, which is the hard part, everything on here changes. It'll change where you decide to go. It'll change what you decide to do. All that stuff. Right? So we can all change. Anybody can change. Anybody. If you got the willingness to do what needs to be done. To find the love and get honest with yourself. Okay? Quit bullshitting yourself. You are good. You're good people. We all are good people. We just suffered illnesses or mental illnesses that fucked us up, man. I know it fucked me up real good. I'm still working on trying to be, I'll never be normal. I mean, what is normal? But I'm finding the love for myself that allows me to treat myself better. And when I treat myself better, I treat people out there better. And I don't want to do the things I used to do. You know what I mean? Many of you do. Maybe some of you don't. It'll come, okay? Never give up. That's the motto of my book that I'm writing. That it tells the story. It's going to be fantastic. I don't know when I'm going to finish it, but it's coming. Okay? So just, you know what I say, right? Be nice. Have respect. And be loving. And be loving to all people, including yourself. That's the most important person you got to be loving to. Okay? But if you're tired of the way you're living, don't give up. Find a way to change. It can happen. Look at me. I'm on my way to being a Hollywood movie star. Ain't that the truth?